Hey everyone, on this episode of the podcast, I met up with folk duo Two Crows for Comfort from the teeming metropolis of Stonewall, Manitoba. We talked about their Long in the Works album release, we talked about lazy singing, secret New York shows, and a lot more. This episode of the podcast is brought to you by our friends at the Park Theatre. Please visit myparktheatre.com to check out all the great shows they have coming up.
Thank you to everyone who supports my dad's show. If you'd like to support Witchpolice Radio, go to patreon.com/witchpolice today.
You're listening to Garbage Hill, Winnipeg's first podcast network.
Okay, welcome to Witchpolice Radio. I am once again in Robin's Donuts. There was a time in the summer where it seemed like every second episode was at Robin's Donuts. For whatever reason, during like a 2 or 3 month period, everyone wanted to come to Robin's to do these. Because usually I'm in someone's house or their jam space or their car or whatever. But yeah, for some reason Robin's ended up being the place. So it's sort of my go-to now.
Good atmosphere.
Yeah,
bring it back.
Bring it back. Yeah. Saving Robin's one interview at a time.
Yeah.
Keeping it afloat, yeah.
Keeping it in business.
So I'm here at Robin's again with two people who haven't been on the show before. And I guess maybe just the best way to start is if you want to introduce yourselves and sort of what you do in the group and what instruments you play, and then we can sort of go from there.
Yeah, for sure. My name's Corey. I sing, play guitar, some harmonica, little bit of other stuff when we're recording, but for live, that's pretty much it.
Okay.
And
I'm Erin. I do vocals and I try to play mandolin and sometimes a kazoo solo here and there.
yes.
That's pretty much it for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, the two of you are obviously you're the group, but
Yes.
do you have other people that you play with live as well, or is it
Yes.
mostly just a duo?
We do. We play with Ben McWeeb, who is a bass player for a lot of people. He's playing right now with Patrick and Kendra Kay.
Okay.
So he's doing some fill-in there with Patrick lately. And then Lachlan McLean, who is in Past the Perimeter, pretty local,
very
popular
country,
local country band.
Totally.
And they play with us live. They've also played on our record.
Okay.
Whenever we can steal them for a show or two along the road, we are more than happy to have them.
Yeah.
They sing and play and add.
A lot, yeah.
Yeah, beyond.
Lots of dynamics.
Cool.
Yes.
I don't want to get too much into like the occasional members, but just as a duo, I mean, how much do the songs change when you are adding more people? Because I imagine you can just sort of bring out acoustic guitars or mandolin or harmonica and just play them, but how much does it change when you actually add other people on playing? Playing.
Oh
bass or
yeah,
something?
it's totally different element. I mean,
Yeah.
especially on the album, totally different vibe from when it's just us two.
Well, because the album sounds very full, right? I
Yes.
mean, you have a lot
Right,
on there,
Yes.
yeah.
When it's just us two, it's very stripped down.
We a lot of times try to base it off the venue or like if we're playing something a bit bigger, we like to have
Try to
that
bring them in if we
Right,
can.
okay,
If it's something small and
more
intimate, where
intimate.
we can
We
do
like
our
to do it
stripped down
ourselves.
versions of everything, it's a little more applicable.
And I guess that's the
Yeah.
benefit, right? I mean, because you
be able
can
to do
tailor your
both.
set to the venue, or you can play outside somewhere,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Yes, it's nice to be able
sure.
to do both, and when those guys aren't around, then we can still
We
do
can
our
still
thing
do it,
and
yeah.
do it
Yeah, for
and,
sure.
and accomplish it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was always important to us. We tried when writing not to focus on only if we have them or only if we don't have
Right,
them.
right.
Yeah.
We want to kind of be able to do both, but change it up enough that when they are there, it's different. And
Okay.
Yeah.
it's a bit of a challenge.
Well, then I guess the backwards question to that is like when you're playing live as a duo and you have these songs that people have heard maybe on the record that are with a fuller band. How do you fill in those parts? Do you fill them in by playing something differently, or is there like an A version and a B version?
Yeah,
of the songs.
I would
I think
say,
there's an
it's not like the overall arrangements and the things don't change much.
Right, okay.
It's just the additional parts. I mean, the core of the song is still there. The focus of our song is it's very lyric based and it's very vocal heavy,
Harmonies.
harmony
Yeah, lots of
heavy.
harmonies for sure. Yeah.
So when there's the addition of the bass or of the guitar, that's just the cherry on the top sort of thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Arrangement wise, things like that, nothing changes big time. It's just the overall dynamic of the song. It's so much
Yeah.
bigger when we have them.
Sure.
That's pretty much accurate,
Yeah.
I'd say. Yeah.
And how long has, as a duo, how long has this group been around? How long have we played music together?
About a year and a half.
Okay, that's not that long then.
No, I think wherever we're at.
Our first show we ever played together, we didn't even have a name yet.
No.
We just went to an open mic, and it was on May 3rd.
May 2017. We
Yeah.
played
That's pretty recent. Yeah.
Open mic at Joe Black.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was our first time ever doing anything together musically. We played in other projects in the past a little bit together, but that was our first time. So we're pretty new to everything.
Yeah, I feel like I've seen your name a lot though, so I don't know. You're doing something right.
I guess so.
I
That's
hope
good.
so.
Yeah.
We're just forcing ourselves on everybody.
Throwing ourselves at everyone's
Here we
face.
are, by the way.
But that's not. I mean, that's not like I know you're joking about it, but that's
You
kind of what
kind
you
of
have to do now.
it.
Yeah, it's very different.
Yeah.
Like
For sure.
I mean, I haven't played in a band in probably about 10 years now, and even then, which is not that long ago, really. It's different the way people have to promote themselves and all the online stuff and all the social media stuff.
So much social media.
Yeah.
You basically just force yourself down everybody's throats with Instagram and Facebook that they have no choice but to know who you are, and hopefully they like you.
Right, yeah. Hopefully they follow you and then eventually listen to it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's sort of the goal. It's weird that it's
somehow
at that point.
Sneak ourselves into there.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's kind of unfortunate for some bands because there's some bands that are really, really good at the creative side.
Yes.
And they just have no aptitude for the selling themselves.
For
sure.
And they don't get heard, right?
Yes, for sure.
Yeah.
I know it's a great time, but a sad time at the same time. It's awkward.
You don't want to have to count on that, but you kind of in some ways you do.
Yeah,
critical thing for.
Yeah. Well, and as a two-piece, obviously you're both probably involved in that more than maybe if you had 8 people.
For sure.
Yeah,
yes.
for sure.
More hands-on.
Sure.
Yes. Big time. Yeah.
So you're from Stonewall, right? Or you're in Stonewall? Are you from Stonewall as well?
I'm from Stonewall.
I was born and raised Stony Mountain, which is 10 minutes south of Stonewall.
Right.
But
so from the area,
neighboring communities, they're the same thing. If anybody, if you ask,
are they opposed to each other? Is there a rivalry?
When I grew up,
little bit.
I grew up playing hockey, and that was always our biggest rivalry was Stonewall, Stony's Mountain, Stonewall. We always had to. That was the big
sense.
one.
I can see that.
Yeah, we always wanted to beat them. They always wanted to beat us. I don't know, maybe
your family still makes little jokes like that.
Yes, our family will still.
She's a Stonewaller.
Yeah, for sure. There'll always be that little subtlety of it, but it's kind of funny. You grow up with it.
Yeah.
So did you? Did you spend time in Winnipeg as well, or are you strictly out of the city?
We've never lived in Winnipeg.
Nope, never lived in Winnipeg. No, we actually
work in
Winnipeg.
every day.
Have no choice.
Yeah,
it's kind of the place to go. Yeah.
But no, never lived in the city. I don't know if I ever want to, or I'm not sure. I'd like to maybe try it. We talked about it actually. We bought a house about a year ago.
In the city?
In Stonewall.
In Stonewall.
And we
were like, maybe we should go in the city. It's just so convenient. Yeah. And we're there 5 days a week, 6, sometimes 7 days a week anyways. Yeah. So it's that. Then we come to Nod.
I guess the reason I ask about that too is, not that I'm saying it's wrong with Stonewall, but a lot of people I talk to, and I kind of do this to kind of give myself a frame of reference, is I can place people sort of within the local music scene just by sort of, what bands they sort of went to see locally coming up and things like that.
Right.
And was that part of kind of your musical education for you guys? Did you come into the city to see local bands?
Big time, yeah. Like every weekend, all the time. I would even come in with my parents, and we'd go to the garage and see who's playing. And one time. So
that's good. You're still kind of
for sure.
We're still,
that was for sure our influence. I remember growing up in high school, coming out of high school, listening to Don Amaro, Red Road, all the names that are still big in the scene and still doing it. So that was for sure my starting point to getting into it and trying to be involved in the industry as much as I can at a young age.
So you went the folk way though, right? You were into the folk bands. Is that the same for you as well?
Yeah, I was never as involved in music as Corey was. You've been in bands since you were...
Yeah, you were kind of later to the game.
I was definitely later to the game.
Yeah. I got into music, quote unquote, in general in high school. Concert band, jazz band, and then kind of branched off into there, started checking out things in Winnipeg, and then, I would go to, concerts all, doesn't matter if it's a rock show or whatever, all the time was going, and then you kind of came in later.
I think it started, the reason I started was because you were playing with, you were doing Folk Fest with Rihanna's group, and then you were getting free tickets because you were with the young performers, and I just kind of weaseled my way in so that I could also have a free ticket. Yeah. And then I started doing just the odd performance that way, and then when that kind of everyone went their separate ways for that, you weren't doing anything for a while, and then you wanted to start again, and then I kind of just came in on some of your songs, and then
Erin just
I just forced myself in.
Yeah. She's just kind of
I'm
here, I'm going to be involved. And that's how everything always worked out.
windows rise, rain falling down tonight, Sunday drive into the to run and hide. We're alive. Into the wild we will go. Into the wild we will go. Into the wild we will go. Leaving smile covers all. You are love. See you in morning. We are one. Into the wild we will go. Into the wild we will go. Into the wild we will go. Leaving
You just played in New York, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Yes.
How did that happen? I mean, especially as a new band, it just started a year and a half ago. Like, how did you end up in New York?
We booked a trip just for fun.
Okay.
For a week. And then we were kind of like, oh, like, should we try and book a show? But also, well, actually, I didn't even think of it at
Yes.
first.
So,
I
well,
just
yeah.
started reaching out to places.
Okay.
And then Rockwood Music Hall, it's like this, it's a really cool place. They have 3 stages, and they have music like 7 days a week from 5 p.m. until 1 a.m.
Okay. Wow.
And it's just like,
Like 4 different
music, like,
stages.
yeah.
Crazy.
And they reached out and they said, hey, we have a free slot for those dates you gave. We would love to have you. And then after that, we were like, oh, we
Wait a minute.
don't have a visa. We're not going to
don't-
bring our
We're not
instruments.
allowed to work
Yeah,
in
no,
the
no,
States.
sure, yeah.
So we're like, I was kind of ticked at Aaron. I was like, what did you, like, we can't say no now. Like, this is
Right.
a really cool venue.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
We can't
It's
say
in
no
New
and be
York,
like,
right? Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
not, oh no, wait, we're not allowed to do this. So
Yeah.
we just kind of,
So we it was basically, finally we got, like, they sent a contract, and
Yeah.
it was like, we don't pay you, you get what the people give.
Yeah.
all tip based.
So then
yeah.
it kind of like in the contract says like you're not getting paid for
Right.
this, which it goes in our favor because
Yes.
if someone asks, we're saying like it's just our hobby, we're
Yeah.
not getting paid for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Corey brought some harmonicas in his bag, rented
Yes.
a guitar.
We basically were like, let's bring no gear so they don't question us at the border.
They don't think you're trying to.
Yes.
trick
Throw
them.
a couple
we don't
harmonicas
want
in
to
the
all
bag
of a sudden
casually.
get like, no, you can't come in. You're
Yeah.
trying to work with us.
Yeah.
Sure,
and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
So we were a little panicked, but
Yeah.
it all worked out. And then,
It
yeah,
was
it was a
fine,
really
yeah.
cool venue.
It
That's
was
awesome.
cool.
Tiny,
They were-
tiny hole-in-the-wall little room. They
The
have
band
separate
before
big
us
stages,
was like
but oh man, they were
insane.
incredible.
They were how many? 6?
They're like a 6-piece on this tiny stage, like, I don't know, like 15 square feet. It was
Oh, wow.
just
and
ridiculous.
they were all amazing
Yeah.
musicians.
And amazing. The one guy plays, like, and they're just young, like us.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know how old, but the one guy plays saxophone for Stephen Colbert. Like,
Oh, really?
his show. And I was
Yeah.
like,
So it's like
looking at his
actually
credits, I was like,
successful
working
working
Yeah,
relations.
yeah.
no, it was super cool. And
That's
they're just,
crazy.
yeah,
It
it
was
was a
very
really
cool.
really cool venue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And obviously, you didn't
Yeah.
run into any visa troubles because
No,
you're back
No,
here.
we're back.
no,
Yeah, yeah,
nothing,
yeah.
no
Nothing-
hassles at the
no,
border.
nothing.
We had a really
Yeah.
nice border agent that was telling us what to see and what to do, and that we should go to Philadelphia and that we should go here, and we're like, okay, just
I've
don't
never
look at our
had
suitcase.
a nice border person before, and he was like the friendliest.
No, we were good. It was all smooth and it was all perfect. It was a bit of a runaround to try to get a guitar. It's incredibly expensive to rent instruments down there.
Oh, really?
It's not like here where
here it's not bad, right? You
like,
go
to L&M, for like $30 a month, you have a guitar, and there it's like $100 a day.
Oh, wow.
100 US
And it was just ridiculous, but it all worked out, and it was fine.
Yeah. I've actually those contracts you're talking about. I signed one of those because I had a friend's band play my house from North Dakota.
Oh yeah.
And as soon as they told me there was like visa issues, and I was like, I don't know if I want to get involved.
Yes.
Like, they're like, can I have your phone number to in case I want to call you?
Next thing it's allowed.
Yeah, I don't want the border guard.
This is the border control.
I know. That's what we were.
It worked out fine, but
we were nervous about that, and it was all fine. Going forward, I think we'll have our export ready stuff ready.
We didn't even think about it.
No, we didn't think about it till after, and we were like, let's just see if this works.
Let's reach out to a few places, kind of not really thinking that anything would happen with it.
Yeah.
And then, a really cool venue said yes, and that was awesome. It was good. It's just good for the resume, good exposure.
Cool experience.
Just cool. It was really cool. Yeah.
Sure.
So what, I mean, now that you've sort of done that, is that something you're hoping to do more? Do you want to go
for sure?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I think that's the ultimate goal. We want to be able to do it for a living.
Yeah,
and you have to just throw yourself out there and just play everywhere and anywhere and get outside of our province. We're doing we are working on getting outside of this.
I think that's our 2019.
I just don't want to get stuck in pigeonholed in Manitoba, which I find a lot of artists do, and that's okay. But
I think a lot of the time that's because of life situations too, right?
Oh, yeah,
it's not. I don't think it's just
because if you are gonna try and really go for it, you have to give up a lot, right?
And, so I think that's the plan. I mean, we're trying to branch out. We did a little festival thing in Ontario, and then you kind of got to go province to province. And we're playing in Toronto next week.
Cool.
For Indie Week.
Oh, that's awesome.
And then we're in the talks with a friend of ours trying to work on an Australian thing. Wow. We don't really know much yet. It's total bare bones, but he was plugging it a little bit, and we're talking about that maybe 2019, 2020.
Cool.
But hopefully something before then. But it's just got to expand and expand and expand.
Yeah, you just have to
You just got to do it. You have no choice but to do it.
When you keep doing it to remind people that you exist, right?
And constantly, you can't
it's
stop.
Us again.
You can't stop. Yeah. By the way, we played in the States 2 years ago, but no, you need to just always. It's crazy, but the balance is ridiculous. But we're trying.
Yeah, that's good. I mean, I'm glad you're trying to do it.
We're trying.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Birds in the sky, days are flying by. Clouds on a sunny day, the shadows where the full moon plays. When the sun don't shine upon your face, it's just a waste of light. And bikes in the park, tree where we left our mark, and driving movie late at night, or have a home before the light. But when the sun don't shine upon your face, it's just a waste of light. There's a sparrow on my neck for you and a morning dove. This is what they call vintage love. This is what they call vintage love.
When did the album come out? It was fairly recent, right? It was a few months ago, or has it been in the works for a while?
It's funny because I want to say it was right before Folk Fest, right?
Okay.
When July.
No, we had it ready.
We had it physically in our hands. I want to say July, beginning of July, end of June.
Yeah.
We had it in our hands, and The plan was to actually have it out in January of 2018.
Okay.
And then it got pushed back with we got crazy busy schedules, and we were trying to line up like Ben and Lachlan, who we mentioned earlier, about to get them on the album. Everything just kind of got pushed back. So we had it physically in our hands in June or July, and we're like, this is a horrible time. We can't release this right now. It's summer. Everybody's at festivals, the cabin, nobody's here. So we're like, okay, well, we'll sell some. We'll give some away if anybody asks. We kind of did like one pitch on Instagram, like, hey, we have a CD if anybody wants it.
Yeah, we did like a bit of like an early bird.
Yes, it's not it's technically not out. We are doing a release on December 8th. Yes,
okay,
we waited. Well, our plan was like, okay, we'll do fall, and then our fall was ridiculously busy.
It was like, okay, we don't
stop.
have one day open in August. No, it's good.
And we had nothing in the fall, and then our plan was to do it right before or right after Indie Week.
Right.
And then our schedules just fill up, and then now we have it booked and set for December 8th.
Cool.
So we're going to release the album December 8th at Video.
Everyone that comes will already have it.
Yeah, it's at Video Pool. It's a venue. Cool. Yeah, I've never heard of the place. It's above Cinematheque.
Yeah, it's
never
in the Art Space building.
Yes, apparently it's really cool.
It is cool, yeah.
With Rob Nags. I don't
know
if
for sure. I've had him on the show. Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
awesome guy. Yeah, he's super.
That would be good to talk to about Australia.
Yeah, that was him.
That's where our Australia connection is.
His music is really cool.
It's incredible.
So cool.
So we are psyched. It's a double release actually. He's releasing an EP too. Yes, that would be awesome. He's doing a release too. It's his last big show.
Because he's going back, right?
Yeah, it's his last show before he leaves.
Yeah, so we're going to go out with a bang, I think.
That's a good lineup, yeah.
It's going to be a double. Yeah, we're going to deck out the place.
We met him for the first time, we didn't meet him for the first time, but we met to discuss it for the first time yesterday, and like just start like putting all of our ideas together. And
we're just excited because we finally have a date. There's no going back. We're finally going to release this.
Yeah.
Most of our people that listen to our music pretty much all have the CD, but we're going to have new merch.
But they can see it live, right?
Yes, they can see it live, full band-ish, depending who we can line up. We have Ben and Lachlan. We're not sure if we have a drummer / percussionist yet. We're not sure. But it's all in the works finally, which is exciting.
That's awesome.
Yes, really exciting.
How long ago was it actually recorded? I mean, if you had it kind of ready to go.
It was... When did we finish?
We finished like recording our parts
in the winter. We mixed and mastered it fast. We finished it in January, February?
Like finished our recording
March.
And then
we edited
March, and then it was like you like
I don't even remember. I have no concept of time.
Like working on it for like 5 hours a night.
Yeah, myself and Ben McWeeb, who plays bass with us, plays bass with everybody. He came and helped me with it, and it was all like self-done. So it was all recorded by us and him. He has a home studio, and then we did some stuff at our house, and then him and I sat down and mixed and edited and self-mastered everything, and it was a grueling task. But I think it was all done maybe March or April, and then we physically printed it, and then we had it in our hands, and we were like, okay, let's finally do this.
Got the design.
And then now we're here. So it took a while. But I mean, I think all things we've only been together for a year and a half, so to have that all done already was
that's
and it's full length too.
Yeah.
We worked hard to get it done and get 10 songs out there. And,
One literally you were almost finished mastering and everything, and we were like, okay, this song is cut. We're adding this completely new song.
Yeah, brand new. Did it one take.
We did.
I think we did everything in one.
I didn't even know the song.
Yes, it was 1 or 2 takes. Aaron learned it that day, and we're like, okay, let's record this.
Cool.
Let's do it. It's a 2-minute song.
Yeah.
It's the one called Vintage Love, filled with whistles and 2-minute song, and we're like, yes, let's do it. And then that one ends up, people seem to really enjoy that one. So
cool.
Yeah.
So with kind of the time delay between recording and eventually releasing in December, is there any are the songs? Do they still feel fresh to you, or are you kind of now moved on to other stuff when you're writing? You got to play them, right? Because they're on the album.
We play a lot. We play a lot of random stuff too, random house things and local. We're playing in Balmoral on Saturday at a random town event. We just play so much that those songs are non-stop in our heads.
Right. Yeah. Are you almost sick of them? Do you feel like they represent an older version of the band, or are you still are they still accurate to sort of your sound?
I would say they're still accurate.
I think they're still accurate.
I think we know them like the back of our hand.
Right.
But if we can still screw them up, I think it's a good thing.
No, it is.
And we do.
And we do, and I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Because they're not too repetitive, and every time you hear it, you're going to hear the exact same thing.
Sure.
No, I would say we're still fresh. We are writing new stuff.
Yeah.
At our release, we're going to play
Debut.
brand new songs, like some brand new songs that nobody's heard yet.
It would be kind of funny if the whole set was new songs.
Yes.
Everyone's like, wait a second.
Nothing on the album. Here's this, but we're going to play this. Yeah, so we're going to do a few new ones. Yeah. Yeah, that's not us anymore.
Do you want to hear that one? Too bad.
Yeah, we're a synth pop band now. No, we're going to have some new songs. Similar stylistic though, but we're going to have maybe some different instruments and something we haven't done before. I've been playing a lot of banjo and writing on the banjo lately, which I hadn't done in the past. Messed around a little bit, but nothing. There's no banjo on the first record, so it'd be nice to try to do some of that. And
I might try my hand
some
at
percussion,
percussive
to
stuff.
get her rhythm down.
But I probably can't get my rhythm down.
It'll be
singing.
a little different, but still us. I think
it's still full.
You can't. You can't do just the same thing forever. And it worked for AC/DC, but it doesn't work now.
Right.
So
That's one of the few bands that it does work.
Exactly. Mumford & Sons took flack for putting out the same album twice, and then they did something else and took flack again. So I don't know what the right answer
what's
is.
What's the right thing?
I don't know. We're just do what we want to do.
I always thought the best job in music would be to be the drummer from AC/DC, just because like you're doing the same beat for a couple hours on stage. You get to travel the world for decades.
Is he even a good drummer?
No, he doesn't even do fills.
No.
It's literally just the same beat over.
That's so
He spices it up, and You Shook Me All Night Long.
Right, but for the most part, it's just the
that's
same
about
beat.
as exciting as it gets.
I don't think the BPM changes at all. It's literally just doing the same thing.
No, it's awesome. Yeah.
They could have a drummer.
That guy has it made. That guy had it made.
Yeah. Although I think he went to jail for trying to assassinate someone or something. So.
Oh, okay.
What?
So
he tried to hire a hitman or something. So.
Oh no.
Something weird like that.
Something weird.
Yeah. I guess he was so bored.
Can't do this anymore.
I just need some thrill.
Need to kill somebody. I don't know.
Is that a bad AC/DC joke? I thought you were making a shoot to throw joke.
I didn't mean to, but
those
I
were all
did.
the headlines when that came out in the news.
Oh,
was always,
that's hilarious.
Thrill.
That's hilarious.
So you guys sent me a copy of the record.
Yes.
In advance of the CD release show.
Everybody has one.
Yeah, exactly. And the first thing that struck me on the album was the singing. I mean, obviously, you talked about the harmonies before, and I think that you had a very unusual style of singing that meshed really well with your style, which is more traditional, maybe I want to say. Yeah. So I don't know if this is accurate, but it sounds almost like the vowels are very loose, if that makes sense, in the way you sing.
Yes.
And I just wonder, where does that come from? Like, is that influenced by something, or is that just how it comes out when you sing?
I think it's just how it comes out.
I think so.
I think it's, I always like, I don't know. That's just how it's always come out. It's definitely evolved and become more lazy.
Yeah.
It's
definitely.
evolved the opposite of what you'd expect, maybe. Or maybe that is what you'd expect. I'm not sure.
I don't know, there was times, though, listening to it where it's like I had to wait till you sang the line again to figure out what you're saying.
Yes.
And it wasn't like in a bad way. Like,
No.
it works in combination with both your voices, but it's just kind of like, it's almost like you're slurring at times.
Yeah, it's lazy. I've been told that. I've been told when I was first starting out, like, you need to enunciate more. I don't know what you're saying.
Yeah.
To which now I'm like, I don't care.
Read the lyric book.
Read the lyric book.
That's what the lyric book for.
Read the lyric book, which we were humming and hawing about doing a lyric book, but we're like, okay,
we should do it.
You can't understand what we're saying, so you should probably read the lyric book. And I always, actually, it's funny because sometimes I have something written, I want Aaron to sing it.
He's like, don't say that so crisp.
Like, don't say it so nicely. Like, just
say it rougher.
Say it,
not easy for me.
Say it like you're super lazy and you're just, like you said, you're just slurring. You're just kind of putting it all together.
Yeah.
Like, don't be so crisp and tight.
But I think it works, the one person being crisp and tight and one being loose and lazy.
Because if not, I think it would be too messy.
Right.
If we were both just,
like, what's wrong with them?
Yeah,
like we're having drunk or what?
Drunk or having a stroke every song.
Yeah, exactly.
But it works.
Yeah, it does
I think
work,
it works.
yes.
I hope it works.
I was just curious. If you were getting that from somewhere subconsciously, like, is there somebody you listen to that sounds like that?
I don't know.
Maybe is seeping into.
I didn't think we didn't hear that until after, but we did when we were doing the Young Performers program at Folk Fest.
Yeah.
Somebody said, who was it that they were like, you're very Canadian. You're very. Somebody compared it to Andy Schaaf.
Yeah.
Which I was like, he is the total baby voice. Mm-hmm. But like, I don't think I have that. But it's just sort of a laziness to it and a bit of a. I don't know how to describe it.
It's actually really weird that you said very Canadian, because I often find that singers that over-enunciate consonants sound very Canadian.
See, I would think
Neil
that.
Young over-enunciates consonants.
I agree.
And it sounds great.
Yeah.
And that to me is like a very Canadian sort of sound. Gordon Downey too.
Yes.
Everything's really like hitting on the consonants.
You know what they're saying. Yeah. No, I agree.
Maybe it's because of the way you say certain words.
Maybe I don't know.
It was. I can't really remember. That was a couple years ago.
Thick Canadian accent.
I don't know.
I have no idea, but that's and there's no I have no comparison. I personally obviously don't sound like Andy Schaaf, but just some of the pronunciation of the syllables, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe it's just weird and
remember who that was.
It's
like a baby talk. I don't know. Yeah.
It does stand out though, and it does like kind of differentiate what you're doing from a lot of people doing folk music, right? So that's it's nice that you have kind of a
that's good.
a touch that people
Something
think that way.
different.
Yeah. So do you kind of on that same topic, not the singing, but the like standing out among the folk scene?
Yes.
Do you feel like you fit into the Winnipeg folk scene? Like, are you part of that, or are you sort of being outside the city? Do you feel like you're a little detached from it?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's harder being outside of the city, getting into the folk scene. Like
it's so big, right? And
it's so big here,
yeah.
and I feel like if you're not constantly connecting with people here, and I just feel like if we lived here, I'd probably go to more shows on a Thursday night. I'd walk to the wherever, to the Hanson Bar, or
get home
Goodwill,
from work
and
at 7 sometimes, and then you eat your supper, and then it's like,
drive
do I
into the
want to
city.
go back?
Yeah, like to connect with people, which I feel like the folk scene is pretty tight knit.
It
There's
is,
a lot of tight circles,
Which we do have some connections that we.
Yeah. But it's just harder to be involved in that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's, I don't know. It's harder to get connected with the people that way, but it's also, we kind of like being lone wolves in a way, I guess, and trying to do our own thing without being sucked into that.
The incestuous little world of,
we don't, at the same time, we do, but we don't. I don't know. It's kind of I don't know. It's tough. It's tough to, I don't know the right answer.
Does it lead to you playing, just maybe not on purpose, but playing more shows in rural areas just because you're not sort of part of this? Or are you doing pretty heavily?
I feel like it's more so we're more in the city than we are.
To play, we've done, like, of course we do the random rural shows, like the random community events.
And those often end up being, not always, but often like, this person personally knows me or my family,
through word of mouth through the town.
It's,
that usually happens. But I mean, mostly we do play here, but we just don't. We just haven't connected with a lot of folks here, which I mean we should do. We've played a lot of, or we'll play the same venues or events as people. Like we played the tattoo convention and like Redmond Road, and a whole bunch of
tons of
people are there, and we're like, oh, we should probably talk to them, and then we don't.
Right.
So we're just super
we're
antisocial as well, so that doesn't help our case. But it's
Well, and again, you're also very new too, right? I mean,
yes.
So that probably takes some time, especially because it's tight knit and it's local, and like you're kind of coming in from outside. So
it's tough, but I mean, we're trying.
I don't raise no hammer, don't grant to the nail. I'm born to be riding now, working on the rail. You know, fence posts get painted, you're brushing your hair. Now my darling, you don't lie, you care. You don't send me no flowers when I'm 10 feet in the ground. You worry your bells, your hair in that gown, into the river where my body drowned. Your love's not around, though your love's not around. I can't raise up no mountain. You're rocking your chair. Now my darling, you don't sit where you stand. Don't ask for forgiveness when you're lying in front of me. In a casket, you're set me in a dream. No, your loving ain't what it seems. 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 No, send me no flowers when I'm 10 feet in the ground. You worry your bills, your hair in that gown. To the river where my heart is drowned. Your love's not around. No, your love's not around. No, your love's not around. No, your love's not around.
So do you think that the door is open for you though to play some of these folk shows? Like, do you think that people are welcoming enough that you
I
can
think
fit
so.
in there?
I think
Oh,
so,
I think
yeah.
so. Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
super open. It's an open
is,
scene.
yeah.
Like the.
And people are always excited to work with each other, which is
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, we've had a lot of people even reach out and like, hey, I want to sit down and write with you.
Cool,
Let's
cool.
do some songwriting. Let's just like we're very fortunate enough to we get to be lazy, and I don't mean this in an arrogant way, but
Yeah.
we've been fortunate enough that a lot of people have reached out to us.
That's awesome,
to
yeah.
organize things. Like where our CD release is literally the first show we've had to organize on our own. Aside
ever
from
since-
one,
since
yes,
starting?
like
Yeah.
aside
Yeah.
from one summer thing we did at Aaron's aunt's place
Oh,
that
yeah.
ended up being an awesome house show. Other than that, we've been very, very, very fortunate to have people reach out to us. So
it
where
was
was I
like
going
the
with that?
first house show in Stonewall, I think.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
so it was like a
I
really
think
good turnout
so.
for
It
Stonewall.
was
Yeah, I bet,
awesome.
yeah, yeah.
We were like, oh, is this gonna list
Yeah.
like
But,
fall totally flat?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going somewhere with
That's
that.
a
And I forgot.
rabbit
I
trail I
lost my
just
train
took.
of thought.
No, that we haven't like people connect with us.
Yes, we've been lucky that way, and we haven't went out of our way to say, hey, let's play a show with this
Sure.
very well-known actor.
Sure,
Let's try to
yeah.
get something going with them or them.
And we do have like a big to-do list.
Yeah,
things we
very
wanna
large
do, but it's like,
whiteboard with
when
tasks.
Are we gonna
Like
do
literally a
that?
whiteboard?
Yes,
Yeah,
like
okay.
a giant
Yeah.
whiteboard. I'm like, okay, these are covers
Like-
we need to learn for
Right on,
this
yeah.
patio
This
event.
is
This
things
is
we want to do
merch
for
we're
merch.
gonna put out.
This
and-
is like
yeah.
a show we want to play.
Yeah.
This is
Cool.
people.
yeah. But it's so hard with
Get busy and then
Yeah, yeah.
with the day
Real life
job. It's
gets in the
hard.
way, yeah,
I mean,
it
the
does.
rest
It's
of
hard
your
with the-
life,
yeah.
the rest of your life gets in the way.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
We've been talking about that a lot lately because we have like in the last couple months been super busy and like
Just with
life would be
regular life.
easier if we could just have this as our job.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
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 And then we would be more likely
Yeah.
to like go out and do more because
Other things, or focus more time during the day. Okay, I'm going to contact this person, apply for this,
Sure.
for this festival.
But yeah, you got to work and
grant.
then come home and then eat
And I'm
something
like,
and go to sleep.
yeah, I get home
Yeah.
at 7 o'clock.
Yeah.
I'm like, I got to feed the dogs and
Yep.
do the dishes
Yep.
and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
like when
It's
do
not
you take the launch
Yeah.
into just
no different than anybody else's life, but I
Exactly,
just mean
yeah.
it's just finding the balance
Yeah.
and,
Yeah.
and trying to do
It's
it
hard.
all is
Yeah.
tough.
Well, I think that's what stops a lot of people too. I mean, you're
Yes.
saying you want to get outside of
Yeah.
the Manitoba sort of,
Yeah.
and a lot of people get stuck here because of that. I mean,
But yeah, you
Yeah,
got the house, you got the
exactly.
family,
Yeah, yeah.
you got it's
Yeah.
one or the other.
and the
right?
longer you stay at it, probably the more you get into that,
Yes.
right? The more
Yeah,
the longer
for
you have a mortgage
sure.
for, the more
Yes.
kids you have, and like
Yes.
whatever, right? So yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
tough. It's
Yeah.
tough. Yeah.
So I guess you gotta hustle to.
Yeah. You got no choice but to
Make it
just
happen, yeah.
go.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, and I guess the benefit too, especially two of you. It's not a large band. It's not like you have a drum set or whatever you're gonna lay
Yes.
around.
Yeah.
So you can really just do what you did in New York and
Yes,
just
get
go
up and go.
somewhere and then play,
Yeah.
right?
Yes,
Yeah.
And play a house show
that's
or
where
play,
the
yeah.
duo is very,
Super convenient.
very convenient.
And we're together,
Right,
so
so
it
that helps
makes
too,
our
yeah.
life
Also very
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah.
terrible sometimes.
Does that
but
does that affect?
it can.
Yeah.
It
Sometimes
can.
we'll practice and either I'm not in the mood or Aaron's not in the mood, and
Yeah.
you can just tell.
Yeah.
You can just
Yeah.
tell.
It's
It's like
okay, let's stop.
we
Yeah.
need to finish this song, but neither of us are feeling it, or I'm not feeling it, or whatever. But then
Yeah.
it's perfect for like the New York thing. Like
Right.
I don't have to ask our bass player. Oh, by the way, like
Right, because
if-
you're
if
going
they-
anyway,
Yeah,
yeah,
we're
yeah.
going anyways. Like let's
Yeah.
just do it,
Yeah.
or anything. Like Aaron will sometimes just be like, hey. organize something. Yeah, we're playing at Fort White, and that's what's happening. Okay, I'm in. Like, I'm not going to say no, right? Like, no, we're just ready to go. Like, you don't have to organize it with anybody. You don't have to worry about anybody. We're just kind of, we're just doing it. Yeah, so
cool.
Makes it's bad. It's good and bad.
Right. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're working in an office, it might be the same thing, right?
Yeah,
because
you're
working,
right?
and you're.
Well, we used to work together, and
really?
I had
we
to
did
branch
used to work
off from
together.
that.
Yeah,
we did. Aaron had to leave, otherwise we probably wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
If we had to work together and then live together, if we worked
And then
all day
played
together
music
and
together.
then went home
Yeah.
and lived in the same house and played music together.
Yeah. We probably
No
wouldn't
way.
be doing this podcast.
Yeah,
right
for
now.
sure. Yeah. Well, no, I mean, I get it. I've been married for 10 years, and if I worked with my wife,
Okay.
we would get killed each other.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'd be dead,
Yes.
for sure. Like,
It'd be a different-
yeah.
Totally different story.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's
I get it. Just to kind of go back a bit to the Winnipeg scene and stuff, just because that's kind of the focus of the podcast.
Right, yeah.
Are there local artists that, whether you play with them or not, that you sort of feel musically a kinship with? Do you think, like, you know, if in a dream scenario, this would be a great person to play a show with because the sounds are work well?
Oh yeah, I mean, our core and our the scene that we're in or trying to get in is a vast, like, it's a saturated scene.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it's oversaturated. I don't know if that's good or bad, but there's a huge folk scene. I think anybody that we can connect with, like even Rob Nags was somebody we wanted to play with.
Okay.
And we were actually prior to getting in contact with him for the CD release, or when he contacted us, he was somebody we wanted to contact.
Yeah.
Be like, we should get him to play our release. It'd be really cool. And then it worked out. So people like that are up and comers too. I mean, there's bigger names obviously here that of course we'd love to get involved with. I know I mentioned it. This is the third time I said it, but like a bigger local band like Red Moon Road, it'd be a great bill to get on, just because they're well established.
They are, yeah.
It's a huge folk community here. I think we're just appreciative to play with anybody involved. We're looking at booking a show with who are we in January? We have Skylar Bouchard and.
Have we played with Skylar?
No, have we played with Skylar?
We're always playing around him.
We're always
Skylar does the
near.
similar thing with the vocals as you do. And
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
I've had him on the show a few times, and he played a show at my house and stuff. And like, I really like his music, but it's the same kind of thing that twigged in my head when I heard you. It's the syllable thing. And that's what I was wondering if there was like maybe a common thing you guys are drawing
That's
from.
funny.
But,
That's funny. Yeah, that's funny that you mentioned that.
It'd be a good combo for a show though.
Yes. No. We're doing.
And Jared Delacroix.
Yeah, Jared
They have
Delacroix.
a newer project.
Yes.
The
Jerry Hattrick.
Jerry Hattrick.
Yeah. So
he
that's
actually played at my house too. He played at my
Nice.
show. Yeah.
Cool.
Yes. So we're looking
that's hopefully in January.
Yeah.
Right
I
on.
think.
So that's something. I mean, just constantly connecting with local groups. Do we have anything else that we have connected with anybody lately to do something?
Not played with, but played.
We've played a lot of like the
thinking about it
same
because
events.
I love House Handshake, and I
Yeah,
saw
they're
that
awesome.
you had.
I had them on
on
the show. Yeah.
We
Yes.
played a couple
Great band.
same
Same
shows as them.
Same as them. Yeah.
I love.
Yeah,
I
they're
love
awesome,
them.
Yeah, they're
I love
awesome.
them.
Really cool.
So just like constantly, there's a lot of up and comers and a lot of people that have been kind of in it for a couple of years now, and we're just grateful to anybody that will contact us or we can play with that'll have us play with them. And there's a lot. The list is long, but that's still a few immediate ones.
Anything that has violin or horns, we want to
Yeah.
play with. We want to try.
Well, that was kind of my other question too. Is like, do you think that you would fit in with, outside of the folk scene? Have you tried that, or do you think that would you get a good reception playing? Maybe not like a punk band or something, but it's something else. Yeah,
I would hope so. I mean, we've been playing in different projects, and I have in the last years that I hope enough that. Somebody would recognize, that's that guy from that band.
Right.
Okay, let's go check him out because he's doing this now.
What were your other bands? Were any of them?
Not big by any means, but like I played in a rock band called Hey Rube. We just did bars and random stuff. It was I wasn't in that group for a long time. It was like a blues rock band, more heavy rock, riff driven, like raconteurs based kind of.
Yeah.
And then I played in a folk group called Blue Rubies, which. Not that we had like any recognition or anything, but I mean we were starting to get established, and then that fizzled out. And then I played with, and then Aaron sort of jumped in here and there with Rihanna Sag. Rihanna Ray Sag. So she's like a pop country
Well, she seems to be
artist.
doing quite well too.
Yes.
Like, I don't know her, but I see her.
Yeah,
name
she
all over.
just put out an EP. I don't know if it's just the singles released from her EP.
Just definitely release something, and I think maybe if not the whole thing, the rest is coming.
Yes,
soon.
we used to play with her. That went separate ways, as all music does.
Yeah, eventually.
So we've been kind of just playing with different projects forever, and do a lot of local stuff. If there's like the high school needs musicians for their what's it called, musicals or shows that they put on. Myself and Ben, we mentioned earlier, Lachlan will fill in on that kind of stuff.
Like in Stonewall?
In Stonewall, and we do. Yeah, I'm actually doing a Ring of Fire musical with my old music teacher.
Right on.
From back in the day. So
cool,
it'll be fun.
actually.
That's in the next couple of weeks too. So they're doing a little tour of the Interlake with that show.
Cool.
So I'm playing
So you get to
drums
tour
for that one.
Right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
In addition to this CD release, is there anything you have coming up in the near future that you want to talk about?
Our next big things is, I kind of mentioned it, we're doing, what are we doing? We have Indie Week.
Yeah.
Indie Week is next week already, 5th through 10th. So we leave on Tuesday, and we're playing a couple shows in Toronto.
Cool.
One at the Free Times Cafe, which is a pretty good folk venue I've heard there.
And the other one's called Night Owl.
Night Owl.
Okay.
And then we come back that Saturday morning, and then we have the MCMA, Manitoba Country Music Awards that night. We're nominated for 2 awards.
That's awesome.
So we're going to go there that night. We're not going to win any because we're against insanely huge
We're
names.
we're against Doc Walker in one.
Oh yeah.
like we're
how did we get here?
We're nominated for Roots Duo or Group of the Year.
Okay.
Against big names, and then we're up against we're in Group of the Year against Patrick, Doc Walker, Pastor Ruiner,
You're just like,
Johnson
how did we
Crook,
get here?
like a whole bunch of these names that we're like, okay, well, let's just show up and be there, I guess.
That'll be cool. It's
so it'll
cool.
just be
I mean,
fun. It'd be our
very
first
cool.
time. We've never
very
been.
cool.
I've never been. So.
Well, it's cool because you're not necessarily a country act either, right?
Yes.
Like, I mean, you have the Roots kind of.
The Roots one, we were
Roots
like,
will
okay,
work.
this makes sense.
We're not, but obviously not country, but we have that. Actually, I don't know if this will air at the same time. We're going on 104.7 Now Country
on
to
Thursday.
promote a little bit on Thursday
morning.
for the MCNA. So we're
Cool,
doing that.
cool,
That's
awesome.
cool. It's our first time on radio.
Oh, really?
And FM radio, which
That's
is
awesome.
pretty cool.
Yeah, that's cool. You've been on AM?
No.
Okay.
I've been on AM
One
in a
time,
different project.
remember one time someone, Paige, at our coffee house, because we were playing at a
Yes. And then Lachlan thought that was so cool. We were playing at a coffee house, like a cancer fundraiser in just outside of Grosse Isle.
Okay.
And I don't remember which CBC station it was. Not 98.3. That's like the station everybody wants to be on.
Yeah.
It was one of the other CBCs, and they were playing us in the background while she was talking, or they featured us a little bit or something, because we were like the headline act of the coffee house, playing a few tunes. So we were, I guess that was, I don't know if that was AM or FM, probably AM.
I think it was AM.
So yes, now we're making it big to FM.
Right on. Yeah. As somebody who works full time in AM radio, I would argue that AM is big time.
No, that's awesome. I love it. CJOB and 1290.
I'm just kidding.
No, I know.
He's an AM radio guy.
AM
for sure.
radio's great.
I'm all about it. I support it 100%.
Have you reached out to the campus stations at all? Like, I mean, that seems like it would be good for your.
We get some play on UMFM. Connor, he does Dagwood radios.
Okay,
Like
it used
folk
to be
show.
on Sundays from like 3 to 4. Now it's on Wednesdays.
Yeah, I think I've heard that
It's
show.
an awesome show. His
really
playlists
good.
are unreal.
Yeah.
And then he's played us a couple times on there. So I actually just reached out to him the other day. I haven't heard back yet. To try to do a little promo on the show before, because he's mentioned on his last airing that he'd like to have us out to play some songs and do an interview or something.
Oh, right on, yeah.
So we're gonna try to do that before the release, but we don't have that set in stone yet. Hopefully something, and maybe UFW station too. I don't know yet, but
they have a bunch of folk shows on there too.
Yes,
Probably good.
yes,
So
we
a
have
good fit for you, right? So
hopefully
Another thing on our list of things to research.
Yeah.
Yes.
On the whiteboard.
On the whiteboard,
And there's a lot more radio stations. There's Manitoba.
There are, absolutely,
we got to get that
That's the
too.
beginning,
That's
right?
it's
for sure.
just nonstop.
It's the never
And the more I think about it, the more stressed out I get. I'm like, I can't do this.
cracking up.
Yeah. So there's a lot going on in the next little while.
Sounds like you're pretty busy.
Yeah.
If people are hearing you for the first time on this show, what is the best thing for them to do to hear your music? Obviously, the release show would be a good way to.
That would be awesome.
Check it out. But online, where should they go to find out more?
Yes.
Well, we're on Spotify and Apple Music.
Okay.
Yes, you can find our album there. It's called 17 Feet.
Yeah.
Apple Music, Spotify, Instagram, Facebook, website. It's all. It's
What's the website address?
Just
www.twocrowsforcomfort.com.
yes.
Okay.
Basically, if you just Google Two Crows for
Yeah,
Comfort,
Something will come
we've
up.
been very lucky that I think there's nobody else called that.
I think.
Or maybe
Seems like
somebody
it.
similar.
There was one band called, because someone sent me a message.
Oh, yeah.
And on the whiteboard it was a lineup
Yeah.
of an evening or something, and there was one that just said Two Crows. And someone
Yeah.
sent it to me, and she was like, "So cool, you're playing this." And I was like,
Yeah, no, that's-
Wait a minute, that's
I'm
not us. We're fortunate that it's so hard to pick a band name that somebody else doesn't have, or
for
12
sure.
people
Yeah.
don't have. So
Yeah.
I think if you just Google us, that's the best thing to do.
And I think it's pretty memorable once
It
you
is,
I
do
think so.
Yeah.
It's catchy
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah.
It's
People are either
ridiculous
laughing
enough.
at it or
Yeah, laughing at it or with
Groaning at
it.
it.
or
Yeah.
it's
Either
either
way.
like
Yeah.
oh,
So,
or
yeah.
like oh.
Just good old search engine Google.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then do you want to just plug the release show again? I know it's a few months off.
Yes. December 8th at Video Pool. Doors at 7 o'clock. Shows at 7:30. Once again, it's with Rob Nags.
Yeah.
He's going to do cool visual
Super
stuff with his
cool
cello and
cello.
loaded
Yeah.
with effects. His cello is going to be really, really cool. What else can I say about it? $15 of tickets.
Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be the same price at the door or in advance. We're expecting, fingers crossed, a good turnout.
What's a small
So it's a
venue?
small
Mhm.
venue.
Yeah.
It's only 100 to 150 people or 170 people max.
Cool, yeah.
So we're
Yeah,
expecting a
it
pretty
is.
good turnout. So hopefully a lot of folks buy tickets in advance. And
Yeah.
that's pretty much it.
Right on. Okay, cool. Well, yeah, if anyone wants to hear more episodes of this show, you can go to witchpolice.com or just look on whatever podcast app you use. There's 320 something episodes there for free download and streaming. Some of the bands we talked about are on there. So you can just basically go back and, most people, it's getting
Everybody
to the point
just
where everyone's...
cross-references.
Everybody-
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
funny.
If I was making a list of which ones you might like after hearing
Yes.
this, it would be fairly easy to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's all these points, but yeah, it's all there. Some of it's not good, some of it is good.
Nice.
And hopefully this one fits in the good category. But
Yes.
you can also tune in on Sunday nights at midnight on UMFM, and they play older episodes. So I mean, right now
Oh,
it's
cool.
end of October. It's been on air till January or something.
Nice.
But it's kind of cool because it's first of all, midnight on a Sunday is the prime time to listen to radio.
Nice.
And secondly, it just kind of gives a bump to the episode, right? I mean, it's always
For
going to
sure.
be here for downloading online whenever you want. But if you happen to be driving in your car at midnight on a Sunday in
Hear
January,
it.
and this comes on, and maybe someone hasn't heard of you yet, and they hear
Yeah,
your
for
music,
sure.
here's the interview, and
Just
then they,
brings it back. Yeah.
Right, yeah, so
That's cool.
that's cool, yeah. So
That's very
UMFM's
cool.
awesome that they kind of picked up the show
Yeah.
and
That's
started
super
doing that.
cool.
So,
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and then obviously, again, speaking of weird names and Googling, Witchpolice usually is going to come up as
Yes.
Witchpolice,
Yeah.
So,
That's good.
so
That's
that
good.
helps. Yeah,
That's
that wasn't the
good to have that.
intention behind the name, but I'm stuck with it now, and I'm happy
Yes.
because it is
Yeah.
Googleable.
Nice.
So,
For sure.
So yeah, anyway, thanks a lot for being
Yes,
here,
thank
Robinson.
you for
Yeah,
having
thank
us.
you.
Yeah,
Right on.
good old Robins.
A rainbow trout in the middle of the lake, and darling, we went out. It seemed like days, no wasted time. We saw the places you'd never been, and darling, we went out. It seemed like way down New Orleans. The 17 short feet.
Heard the driver shout, middle of the day, and darling, we went down what seemed like strange towns, wasted time.
We saw the races you'd never dream, and darling, we went out. It seemed like way down south of me. Live for each other one more day.
Live for each other for one more day.
Live for each other one more day. Live for each other for one more day. The sweetest of seasons deep in Rhode Island. Leaves falling fast, too fast for the captain. Sailboats reigning their kingdom. 17 feet of keeping my freedom. Driving Driving up the Sunset Cadillac, a mountain. The place is getting dark, too dark for the caption. Roller coaster waves, the coast way to slow down, slow down. 17 feet, keeping my freedom. We lit the faces you'd never leave, and darling, we went out what seemed like days, now wasted time.